What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to the video. I hope you're all well. My hair is getting out of hand. It doesn't look very good. The weather is gone. It's now raining outside. I've got joggers on for the first time in 9 weeks. I've not worn a pair of joggers. I've worn a pair of shorts every single day for 9 weeks. And it is what it is. It's been a very, very crazy time in the world. Everything happening with Black Lives Matter, everything happening in America with the riots. It's very, very hard to navigate as a social media influencer because there's a huge pressure on you to say something and use the platform to help for good. And then when you try and do that, you've got to try and do that at a way that's not so forceful, but also just allows people to think in the right way. And you're still going to get people that come and hate you and say all lives matter, and you know you're going to find hate no matter what you do. So it's been quite a challenging portion of social media for me, just because it's very hard to navigate, especially when you're not educated, especially when I'm someone of privilege, especially when you don't know the history and the hundreds and years of oppression, and you have no way to relate to that. It becomes a very, very difficult thing to navigate. So I found that quite difficult. But I can appreciate that everyone is doing their bit. It's quite nice to see everyone come together. We had Blackout Tuesday yesterday, so we had nothing on social media. I don't know if who posted. I didn't go on there for a very, very long time. Very briefly in the morning. And I just hope that we can use this time to educate ourselves, to become familiar with what the issues are, and then try and fix the world, because the world is hurting, the world is broken. Doesn't necessarily mean just because of what's happened recently, but it's been hurting for a very long time. And I think there's a lot of things that we can do as humans, we can do as people, we can do as one big family, that's going to help. So let's go a bit further into the video. So I'm actually going to need your help today. I'm going to need your help. I'm seeing a car. I'm seeing two cars today. We're going to Audi today, close to me. I've got 2 test drives booked in. One for a Q3, one for a Q5, and I'm going to pick one that I want the most. I've got to consider my budget, got to consider the deposit that I want to put down. Basically the least amount of everything. But we're going to see. The old wagon that I've got outside is dead, it's dying. I can't even start it up to go. So I have to get a new car. I need a car. I mean, I've got into a lockdown because obviously I can't go anywhere. I only go to the gym, I only go to the supermarket, but I can use my mum's car for that. So I need a new car. And that's what this video is going to be about. Let's go.
So they don't think that you get
Exactly. When I turn up in my mum's Peugeot 108. I just said to my mum I had to put the Yeezys on so they know that I mean business. Because turning up in this shit wagon's not going to work. Cram into my mum's 108. Eh?
These aren't cheap, you know.
How much is it?
Probably about 15 grand.
You know. What's the main differences?
Main difference, the Sport will give you leather, full leather. S-Line won't give you. If you look at the S-Line, slightly flared at the bottom.
Yeah.
The S-Line, you got badge on the steering wheel there. You don't have it there. Okay. S-Line as well. You get S-Line door seals. It's more cosmetics than it is anything else.
Okay.
When you look at the rear, okay, it's not a massive amount of difference between the two.
Yeah.
Just if you.
So we looked at the Q3. I also looked at a Q5. The issue with the Q3 is actually it was quite difficult to get into, in terms of just width. Not so much like leg room, but just shoulder to shoulder width. I noticed that I was rounding a little bit, which was sort of annoying. And I said to myself, if money wasn't the issue, because obviously the Q5 is more expensive, if money wasn't an issue, what would I get? It would be the Q5. So I think going to the dealerships directly, I mean, it was a bit more expensive than what I was expecting. I've seen places that are £100 cheaper per month with the exact same deal, exact same car, new car, brand new as well. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of research into it. But for me, the Q5 won. The Q3, I really, really like the look of the Q3. I really like it, but it's just not big enough. The Q5 was spot on, so we're going to have to have a little think about it. I'm going to see the Tiguan and the Touareg tomorrow. So let me know which one you prefer, the Q3 or the Q5. Bearing in mind, 6'1", 120 kilos. Not the smallest dude in the world. So we obviously went to go see the Q5 yesterday, and I put up a story on the Q3 yesterday. And I put up a story basically just saying that I was getting my pants taken down by the person in concern. I was talking about the Q3, the Q5, and I was trying to get people's opinions, and I was very, very lucky in the fact that someone came to me and said that they work for Audi, and they're going to be able to offer me a very, very good deal. So I did a little bit of research on the latest Tiguan and the Touareg, which is what I was going to go and drive today. The Tiguan I'm just really not a fan of. I don't like the look of it. And considering that I couldn't really fit into the Q3, I can't imagine myself fitting into the Tiguan. The Touareg, for me, seems to be a more powerful version of the Q5. And to be able to get the same deal that I've been offered on a black edition Q5, and in fact, I'm going to show you it because I'm not going to show you the number plate in case one of you guys goes and buys it. But this is the black edition Q5, and it's really, really nice. It's black. It's white. It's got the black rims. It's got the trim here, but it's got the black edition trim all the way through. It looks really nice from the front as well. My only issue with this is it's white, and I always said I didn't want a white car, but it actually looks really nice if I keep it clean. And it's an almost unbeatable deal. Not unbeatable, but it's a deal where it's a good deal. And I don't think I'm ever going to get close to it in a Touareg. So I'm not even going to go see the Tiguan and the Touareg today because I just fell in love with that car. I'm going to go see that car on Saturday. Today's Thursday. So we're going to show you the rest of this arm session. I'll show you the car on Saturday as well. I'm hoping that I can sit in it, drive it, and just be at one with it and make a decision based off that. That car is very, very difficult to find something similar, so I'm pretty happy with what I found. And the deal is really, really good. I'm going to get my dad to look over it in a little bit, and we're going to go over it. So it's difficult looking for these cars, right? And anyone out there who's looked for cars before, and I'm sure people are very well versed in doing these cars, but you got to know things like the term length, you got to know the price per month, you got to know the deposit, you've got to know the excess mileage, you've got to know, the balloon payment, and working out the numbers of which actually works out better. Sure, you can get a lower monthly price, but if you've got to put 2,000 more on your deposit and it works out at 3,000 more, there's these things that you've got to go over. And for me, because when you're not well versed, I've never bought a car in my life. Parents have always bought me my cars. Yes, very privileged, very lucky. But this wagon is done, and I'm excited to buy my first car. So we'll see. Fingers crossed it's good. Today we've got arms. First arm session on the channel ever, probably. Let's get into it.
Leaner and leaner every single week. We have seen your weight respond this week as well.
Woo! That was a bloody good session, that was. Very, very good. I do enjoy an arm session. I think it's something that has been absolutely godsend in my programming, just to try and bring these bloody delts up. So we're going to talk you through the movements. So first up, we had the seated rear delts, pec fly, essentially trying to simulate a reverse pec fly. You can imagine you're normally like this. So we tried to do the similar things with the cuffs on the elbows, reduce that joint pressure, get a nice connection to the rear delt. We then did those prone delt raises, which we talked about. So today, arms, we're doing rear delts and arms. I feel like rear delts are something that get tagged on along with arms, so we've kind of given them their own day. You saw us do the cut. We're basically trying to simulate the reverse pec deck in that first movement, using the bench as a chest support to kind of brace against, to kind of load the delt pretty heavy. Now we're trying to work for a 4 range of motion. It's slightly different. It's almost like I call it like a rear delt row, but you're not trying to row it. Trying to keep the arms a little bit more extended, come from this position and just trying to pull all the way back. And if we need to, we will bend, but this is not the focus of the movement. This is the focus of the movement without making it a full row. All we're going to focus on is extending the arm, which is going to extend the lever, which is going to add a little bit more load here. And we're going to be on this chest support, and all we're going to come through is a range of motion that allows us to pull. If it's too much there, we'll then bend, but we're not focusing on rowing it. We're not trying to use the lat. Instead, We're trying to come. You'll find the sticking point, and then you can have like a mini row at the end. But this is a prone rear delt raise row type thing.
Unilap, yeah. You say it.
And then moving on to arms, started off with a seated crossbody tricep. So we sit because the chest support is going to give you a lot of power, gives you allowed to push against it, and it's really going to work yourself from that short position of the triceps. It's really going to help you get fully contracted. Everything here was 2 loading sets between 6 to 10 reps, and then 1 slower third set to really focus on just destroying that muscle and getting as much focus to that muscle as possible. Next up was the single arm preacher curl, which again is a big favorite of mine. The way the cable is, it allows the drop off to come at the top when you're nice and strong, so it just allows a nice fluid movement to get a real good isolation through that bicep head. We then worked the tricep in a big long range of motion. We put the arm in the elbow to stop that extra inch of movement or so, to put that stress there. It's just a lot of stress on the ligament, so we just stopped that by putting the hand here, and now you can't get back. So you still get fully lengthened and fully shortened, working nicely in that fully lengthened and shortened position. Actually really enjoyed it. If the weight is too heavy on a dumbbell, reduce the dumbbell weight, but if you don't have, in fact, probably only got band still, but eventually the third set got too heavy for us, so we used the cable behind us, which worked out pretty well as well. We then finished up with the low cable curl, probably my single favorite bicep curl, because we come from that fully lengthened position from behind us, and then we come all the way through and can rotate all the way through that full range of motion. The D handles allow you to rotate naturally. The cables allow you to move in your line of path that you need to, and it's very specific to you. So it was a very good workout, a full arm day with rear delts on there. I'm excited to grow from these arms. I feel like they've fucking grown already, but who knows? That's a full session. Hope you guys enjoyed this. See you in a bit. So I'm probably going to get some questions about why are you getting the Q5 versus like the Tesla, because I went to go look at that Tesla a few months back. Now the issue was that with that Tesla 3 was I couldn't get in it very like the Q3. It was too narrow, and if you look at the videos and the pictures of that video, like I was really crammed into it, and I'm bigger now. So I needed to get a bigger car. Sure, get the X. Can't get the X because it's £1,100 a month. Absolutely no chance am I going to be caught paying that. Not yet, anyway. That's ridiculous. So for right now, I had to get something a little bit bigger. We'll focus on something a little bit bigger, but something that I can afford in this bracket. I've got chicken, leeks, onions. You're gonna put in some. I'm gonna do 1 folded flatbread with 1 larger tortilla wrap. This one's got a little bit more carbs. This is 25 carb. This is like 13 carb. So this brings me to about 40, 45-ish carb, which is not too bad. I've got 220 grams of chicken, which is 50 protein. I'm going to add 100 grams of yogurt, which is going to make 60 grams of protein. I'm also going to add the rest of this salad, which is about 300 grams of salad. Got a comment on the last video. Pretty much highlighted how poor my diet is. Not poor, but like need to consider my micronutrition a little bit more from whole sources. I rely on tablets too much. I have a drawer, not tablets, but I have a drawer in here with supplements. Don't get me wrong, a lot of these are to support my kidneys, support my liver, support my heart, support my lipids. But some of these are things that I just take because I don't necessarily get them in my diet, like vitamin C, vitamin K, things like that. So I need to try and make a little bit more of an effort to get that done, I reckon. Thank you to that person. That's how we learn. We get called out, and then we change. So I realise I'm probably going to start a war, right? People get very personal about cars. And someone's going to tell me that the Q5 is shit. I know that. Please don't tell me that. But I find people like, people always like Audi, BMW, which side do you fit on? I've never really been like that. I know I'm going to another Audi, but I've always liked the Q5. I've liked some BMWs, but they've not really tickled my fancy. So I'm a little bit confused as to where we go with it, but we will see. Hope you guys enjoyed the arm session. My arms are definitely sore. They do feel really sore. So I compared pictures that I took today, or a video that I took today, to the pictures that I had, the ones that I sent to my coach right before I started my prep. And this is it right now. And I think it's a pretty good difference. It's 107 kilos versus 107 kilos, so I'm the same weight in the exact same weight in both pictures. So you can appreciate the muscle that you've gained. I know I get a load of trolls saying I don't look like I lift. I look like I lift 107 kilos. Come on, it's not too bad. I'm there now. Please, it's been like 5 years that I've been trying to push for this now. Come on, give me something. But all in all, like I feel pretty good with the progression overall. I know that I'm still gonna push up one more time. I'm gonna push it quite hard again towards the back end of the year. Hopefully chill out in December, go away as well, hopefully in December, and then just look to start a prep around February-ish with the hope to kind of have a good run in. Because what I've got to do is I've got to do a qualifier before I can do a pro qualifier. So I'll do a qualifier, you know, April-ish, and then have May, June to do all the qualifiers that are all around Europe. That's the idea. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to unfold, but we'll take you with me. I'm very tempted to do daily vlogging. I'm very tempted. It'd be pretty brutal. Maybe I'll keep to 5 times a week or something, but I'm very, very tempted. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. It'll be fun. This is a bit of a random vlog. I appreciate it. I don't even know what I'm going to title this. Probably something bullshit. Definitely something bullshit. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you soon. Peace. Maybe I'll make this into a longer video. I just haven't had a video for a while. Let's see. Maybe I'll see you soon.